Yo, 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 it's your boy, it's Mike Bex, it's Mike Ganji Bex. I just want to talk about a little bit about basically PES 2011. I want to talk about the edit mode. I want to talk about basically how I think that basically the new edit mode in PES 2011 will be definitely more satisfying to the PES customer than the previous iterations of PES. The reason why I think that the editing mode will be like a success is because in previous edit modes, you could basically go into the faces, you can look deep into the faces, you can look at the head, you can edit the kits, and basically I've edited Arsenal's kit. I've basically made them the front bit is red and the back is white. But the point I'm trying to make, people, is that the edit mode gives you the freedom to do what you want to do. And I've noticed that in previous PESs, um, but PES 2011 one, basically, alright, you can do some funny things like you can get pumpkins and you can get all these funny things, but at the end of the day, it's there for you to use and it's there for you not to use. So basically, um, it's a double edge right there. So basically, I really like the fact in the editing that when you go deep into the faces, you can edit basically everything about it, the hair, the celebrations of the player. Celebrations is another thing I want to talk about. I like the fact that in the celebrations for PES in general, people need to understand that the celebrations reflect what is happened in the game. It's not just a generic piece which has been put there. For example, in the celebrations, when you score a goal, um, let's just say it's half time and you score a goal before half time, the celebrations that you'll see will be like a celebration of players, happy to score before half time. If you score like um if you're behind, like you're 2-1 or 3-1 behind and you score a goal, you see the player run and grab the ball from the back of the net. When you score a late goal, then it recognizes it in real time, gaming time that is, and basically, players pile on top of each other in the last minute. If you're able to score a goal in the last minute, which I've done many times, but that's a very satisfying feeling. And another thing which is satisfying about which is gonna be satisfying about PES 2011 is the fact that we have Bayern Munich back in the game. Um, I know I spoke a little bit about this, but Bayern Munich back in the game represents a whole different feel, gives it like PES that feeling again, because we all remember playing with Bayern Munich. We all remember playing back in the day when they had players um, like Zickler up front, or when they had closer there, still got closer. When they had Benazirus, that left back, French left back, players like that. The point I'm trying to make here, people, is that basically you remember PES's players when it comes to individuality. You remember PES's Adriano, you remember PES's Thierry Henry, you remember PES's Kaká, you remember it's not FIFA's, you know what I mean? The reason why FIFA are implementing all of these things is because basically they want to try and make you feel that they've got a solid product in terms of looking into players' characters. But we all know that Konami was doing that first. We all know Konami. Basically, we know the Japanese, they like to analyze, and the graphics as well, people. I'm gonna go into that. The graphics is absolutely spectacular. You just look at the graphics. The Japanese people, they like to kind of put these insanely deep detail. So I'm not concerned about the graphics for the future, because I think that the graphics will always improve because you've got a detailed team that Konami have when it comes to the art department. Um, you look at stuff like Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and you look at those things. And you kind of ask yourself, hold on a second, look at how much detail they put in this manga and stuff like that. Konami can kind of put that intensive detail into a video game, and that's what they've done with PES. When you look at certain players, you look at them. I was looking at Christian Poulsen the other day, and I looked at him in PES, And then even before I even seen how he looks like, I already knew how he looked like, if you know what I'm saying. Pro Evo does that. When you go to FIFA, you look at certain players, they don't look nothing like themselves, if you know what I mean. They look all mashed up with their faces looking all like, you know, generic and all sorts. You get me? You know the ones. So that's what I'm saying. Like when you're playing, when you go to the edit mode, you look at, because the first thing I do when I get a PES game, I go straight to the edit mode and I look at the faces because it's what I like to do. I look at the faces, I look at certain players, I go all over Europe and I go all over the leagues and I look at a player, and then when I see him on television, I already know how he look like because I see him on pro, if you get what I'm saying. The faces are that deep, if you know what I mean. You know? So, I mean, FIFA have a long way to go. Yeah, they have all the money, but, just because you have all the money, if you don't spend it on the right things, you get me, then at the end of the day, look, the more money you have is the more people you have to please. Yeah, that goes in any walks of life. If you get a bit of money, then there's more people around you that you kind of need to make happy because of the money you've got. EA have a lot of money, yeah, but at the end of the day, they prioritize so many things and there's so many different sports titles that they want to try and get on top of. They have to try and balance it, and I think they have a problem there. With Konami, they've just got, alright, they've got a couple of games, like they've got Metal Gear Solid, they've got Pro Evo, they've got Castlevania, they've got Saw, but all of these games, they're being like put out to like different genres, yeah, right? And at the end, they Konami aren't trying to just jump up and trying to be number one, but they're trying to cater to their fan base. Because PES 2011, I know that people might want to come back to the PES side and that, but at the end of the day, PES 2011, I think, is for the hardcore. It's for the hardcore because if you've jumped ship and you've gone to FIFA and you play FIFA, at the end of the day, the FIFA games, the thing that I don't like about the FIFA games is when you go to the edit modes, it's just too much. There's too much menus it's just too not friendly, if you know what I mean. When you go into like the menus, it's just a scroll of all these things to do, and you want to keep it nice and simple, you know what I mean? Because things are being simplified every day, and I think that PES 2011, it will bring a new game with simplified kind of menus, and also um, you can like go online and you can like look at different things, if you know what I mean. You can do the Master League online. I mean, I spoke about this, people. Master League online. That's all I need to say. And at the end of the day, the way I've heard that the Master League Online is like, is basically you can you start off with players like Castillo and blah blah, and then like you put money on the line, and the other person puts money on the line, and then well, if they like try and disconnect here, then you get the money anyway, and that's a very clever thing because I hate it when I play online, and then people like when I'm beating man, and then like at the end of the day, he won't take it like a man, and then he just cuts off. You know what I'm saying? And then alright, I get 3 points and that, but I just feel why do you have to cut off for? But this one, you win money. So if someone tries to disconnect, then you get the money. So I mean, PES 2011 is shaping up to be epic, people. Really epic. You know, if you play Metal Gear Solid and you see how epic that game is, you have the same kind of the Japanese people working a different format of the game. Because the thing I've realized about Konami, the reason why like they weren't so successful in the past, also, is that if you look at the Western world, yeah, and you look at like Japanese movies and stuff like that, you look at like Stranglehold and all those kind of films, they had to break out of a mode in order to make their product better. So in order for Konami, the step that they're going in now to make their product better, they had to interact with a Western audience to see how we do it over here, like in Europe, because FIFA is an American game made by American developers and made by American people like David Root or whatever. But what I mean. The core behind it is American, but the core behind Konami is the European market, and they really have got a hold on the European market in a sense because they've got the Champions League, they've got important relevant leagues that are to the competition, and I really feel that this year, in PES 2011, people, this year, October, September, whenever it's coming out, when you get the game, I think that you will be in for a treat. You'll be in for a surprise. You'll be in for things that you probably haven't seen before in a football game. And I'm gonna wanna be at the forefront of that movement because I know you guys, you take your game seriously. Alright then, you have got other things to do, but at the end of the day, like I said, it's an investment, it's time that you put in the game. And for me, there's only room for one game in my cabinet. You know what I mean? It's not FIFA, it's PES. You know what I mean? It's Pro Evo, Pro Evolution Soccer. You get me? Because they had to make that turnaround, people. They had to. But anyway, it's your boy Mike Bex, just doing a little thing. Alright, it's 10 minutes. Alright, give me, allow me in it, yeah? Allow me, peeps. Alright then, yeah, you lot take it easy, yeah? Alright then, safe. Yeah.